everyone, so today this isn't going to be a vlog. This is going to be a more techie informational video. Today I'm going to be talking about the Canon G7X Mark II. This just came out recently, like a couple months ago I believe, and it's like the more improved version of the Canon G7X. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So I've already unboxed it, and this is what the box looks like more up close. What's in the box is obviously the camera, and I will be going more into depth on this camera later throughout the video. Then there's also a wrist strap, which I've already attached to the camera, and you can attach it on either side, whatever your preference is. It comes with the battery. It's just the standard small little battery, and of course the charger. This doesn't have a cable, and it actually plugs directly into the wall. It doesn't come with an SD card, so you're going to have to purchase that on your own. So first I'm going to talk about the more technical stuff of the camera, and then I will go into the appearance and the exterior, and then at the end of the video I'll do some test footage shots testing out like the autofocus, the sharpness of the video, and the zoom, different things like that. This camera is a 20.1 megapixel camera. It has Wi-Fi and a 1.8 to 2.8 lens. So it also shoots up to 8 frames per second, which makes it a really good camera for doing slow motion videos. This is the camera, and this ring actually spins. There's this thing underneath here, and if you turn that switch, then you can change whether you want to have clicks to make it easier, or you can have it more smooth by clicking that down, and then it's very smooth. So on top here it has the flash. There's just a switch on the side that you switch, and then it brings up the flash and it bounces back, and you can just push that back in. Then there's also the power button up here. This button, you can use it if you hold it down halfway. It can autofocus or just take a picture. And then there's the digital, that's the zoom in, zoom out. And then it has all the different settings here. So there's like program, standard, automatic, different things like that. And then right under that, these like numbers around here, if you can see that, are how much you want to adjust the light or white balance. So at 0 is neutral, -3 is to make it darker, and then +3 makes it lighter. Then on the side here, you can plug it in, like plug into your computer or something, and then there's a button here for the Wi-Fi, so you can connect it to your phone or laptop. On the side, I already talked about how there's a switch to put up the flash. Now on the back, so it has the screen of course, and the screen is touchscreen, by the way. Sorry, it's a little bit dirty. I've just been using it. And then there are like the standard buttons like recording and like stuff like that. So this camera has a very cool feature to it. Basically, here, you can flip the screen down. If you want to shoot something that's above you, then you can still see the screen, and then it can also come out like that. Or you can put it back and then bring it all the way up. So if you're taking like a selfie, or if you like to vlog, this is perfect because you can see yourself. And then you can use the touch autofocus to just touch your face, focus on your face, or whatever you want to focus on, which makes it very easy. There are a bunch of really cool internal settings, and you can actually change this ring here to do whatever you want. You can make it a manual focus, you can use it to change the white balance or the lighting, or you can just use it to zoom in or zoom out on things. I forgot to mention the bottom. So it has like where you put the battery in and SD card, they're both in the same compartment. And then there's the screw in like tripod thing. I don't really know what it's called. I also just wanted to mention what's great for vlogging and for this camera is the GorillaPod tripod. It's great because it's small. This one is like the smaller one, which is good for point and shoot cameras. And like you can basically put it anywhere, which is great because the legs are flexible and it keeps it in place. Like I could literally put my camera on the handle of my refrigerator and it would stay perfectly. So yeah, now I'm going to go on to the test footage of the Canon G7X Mark II and test out a couple of things. Okay guys, so I'm currently filming from the Canon G7X, and so far the white balance looks pretty strong. So I'm going to use this thing to make it darker. See how well it works. So that actually does a really good job. So if it's like really bright outside, you can turn that down, like the brightness. And if it's really dark, then you can turn it up. That's a bit too much exposure. I look really white. The depth of field looks pretty good. And if I walk around, I think the stabilization is pretty good as well. So you can see it's not like really shaky, and I'm shaking my hand a lot as if I were to have shaky hands, and it doesn't seem to be doing that bad. I'm gonna test the autofocus. So this is the camera I was shooting from. So it focuses to that pretty well. Then if I go over here, this works really, really well. I'm pretty impressed with the autofocus. And then you can just touch the screen if it doesn't focus right away, which is what I just did. So yeah, now I'm going to be testing out the zoom. This works quite well, and you can see how good the quality of the microphone is by just listening to my voice. So that's as much as I can zoom in. The stabilization is still pretty good. The quality is actually pretty good for being zoomed in that much. And this is how far away I am from that chair. So I'm also just going to test how well this is in low light. So I'm going to go somewhere where it's pretty dark and see how it is. Oh, that worked pretty well. Okay, so I'm in my bathroom and the lights are completely off. It's pretty dark, and this is actually pretty good in low light. So if you're vlogging outside and it's nighttime, then this is perfect. It does really well in low light. That's all I have to say about this Canon G7X. I'll link down below in the description some vlogs that I've already made using this camera, so you can really see how good the quality is, and I definitely recommend getting this. It is a little bit on the pricey side, but I think it's worth it. That's all I have to say. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, because you know I'm pretty desperate.
Yeah, and all the time we fall behind, biggest in the concubine, I call her mine. Crazy, and God is I make water wine pause.